All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is February 25th, 2025. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody in the room today. Thank you and congrats to everybody that made some profits today, trading the game plan, trading some of the counter trend trades. Way to go. Love it. A lot of the traders made money today. All right. A lot of the traders made, some guys made 5.5 daily goals, not 5.5, but 5.5 daily goals. Way to go. Love it. All right, on the 10-minute chart, let's look at this right here. On the 10-minute, we're going to take that off. We're going to flip to a different one. 10-minute, I want a cleaner one than that. I don't want this. All right, I want to get this out of the way. All right, so on the 10-minute chart today, and I'm stuck with this. All right, we got a 10-minute downtrend coming into the close, but that's a bull flag right there. All right, not much of a bull flag, but nonetheless, it is a bull flag. Okay, because you got price action moving up. Okay, price action moves up. It kind of holds that higher ground. It's not much higher, but it is higher. Let me just say, they started from down here at 589, and they traveled all the way up here to 596. That's a bull flag right there. Okay, let's take a look at the 2-hour chart. All right. On the 2-hour chart, still got a wide open 2-hour chart with a wide open downtrend right here. Okay, so there's a possibility this is not the bottom, all right? Kind of felt like the bottom today with that counter trend trade, but there's that possibility that it's not. So you can see we got the 3 EMA, which is the yellow line, and we got the candlesticks, okay, underneath the white line, that's the 8 EMA, all right, and the red dots, that's the 17 EMA. So we got, see the space? See the space between the 8 EMA and the 3 EMA. Okay, that's a downtrend. Whenever we got space like that, and the yellow's below the 8, the white one, the yellow one's below the white one, that's a downtrend right there. So 2-hour chart, got a 2-hour downtrend. Now notice we tested the bottom of major support of this consolidation. Okay, it's not the most cleanest consolidation, but I mean, if you box all of this price action in, that is a bull flag because we came from a lower location up to this destination here, and then we bull flagged over to the right. You can see of all this consolidation, that was the major support of all this consolidation. If you can see this tail down here, if we take out that tail tomorrow, okay, chances are we're going to have a breakdown, probably down to 580, the fat whole round number. Okay, if we take out that tail, just saying, we got a 2-hour downtrend. Okay, it's still wide open right there. If we take out that tail, there's the possibility of price coming down to 580. All right, this is major support. We lose major support, and things are going to fall apart. And that means 580, 575, maybe 560, maybe even 550. We'll see. All right. So there's SPY on the 2-hour chart. Now, if you notice, we got some consolidation pattern going on right now. I'll just kind of fill it in for you. I just want to point it out. Price comes up. All right. And then we have a pull back, and then a rip up, and then a pull back, and then a rip up, and then a half back right here, and then we tried to break out right there, and we got whack-a-mole. All right, so now we're coming down, and guess what? Failure to break the top. Okay, it's not a significant higher high, even though it is a new all-time high. Then we're coming back to check the lows. So here we are with price action checking the lows. Okay, if they fail down here, guess what? We go back into consolidation again, and probably back up to the top. We'll see what happens. All right, but that's where our price action is right now. You can see the price action does the consolidation pattern, goes up, back down, up, back down, up, and then here's our half back right here, and then we rally into the breakout candle right there. All right, and then what happens is we got whack-a-mole, and we're back down here to check out those lows. All right, if we break this tail right here, things are probably coming down to visit the location where this price action rallied higher. All right, so let's go see where that is right now. Okay, this is SPY. All right, this is about being prepared, and this is how you prepare yourself: is you go through the chart and you work it out. All right, so this is the low right here. That's the breakup candle low. Okay, if we lose this tail tomorrow, probably coming down to the breakup candle low, either this one right here, okay, which is at 578.55, or this one right here, 575.77. Okay, just saying that that's probably where we're going to head if we break below this tail. Okay, chances are we could hold right here and work our way back up towards the middle ground. All right, that would be the midpoint. Okay, so where is the midpoint? Let's just check it out. Right through here, midpoint resides at 601.39. Okay, 601.39. We could find ourselves back at 601.39 if they decide that they're not going to go after this low, and this is a failure to make a significant lower low, and the major support does hold. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting tomorrow. All right, don't forget we got NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night. Okay, so NVIDIA's got $3.4 trillion of market cap. You probably want to get hedged before closing hour and NVIDIA reports. $3.4 trillion is capable of ripping the markets up or down 20, 30 points. I'm just saying that's the capability of it, okay? Do they want to call this a double bottom or triple bottom? 1, 2, 3. NVIDIA reports, they like it, and they rip it, clear up to 620, 630. That's a possibility, all right? Let's say price holds. NVIDIA, they don't like it, and they say this is the top, and they rip it down to check out this low down here, the breakup candle low. Anything could happen. You're probably going to want to get hedged if you got some positions for tomorrow evening. On top of that, after tomorrow evening, it's going to come GDP Thursday morning. All right, so just after you think you've got it covered in NVIDIA reports, GDP comes out in the morning at 8:30 before the market opens. All right, so just a reminder to get hedged before closing hour tomorrow evening. All right, so there's SPY. That's 2-hour chart. Let's take a look at the daily. All right, on the daily, okay, we made a lower low, so technically we're in a downtrend. We made a lower low. We got 4 candles down. Are we going to get a 5th one? We'll find out tomorrow for sure. All right, so technically we're in a downtrend because we made lower lows. All right, we actually got one low here and a low here. Well, we took out both of those right there. But price action, okay? Let me just remind you, price action is still up here in quadrant 4. That's still bullish. All right, that is still bullish up there. All right, you can see the move up and the bull flag, sloppy bull flag. So still bullish up here in quadrant 4. All right, if we look out on the weekly, okay, still we got to take out this low right here. Still, weekly is still in an uptrend. All right, not until we take out this low are we in a downtrend. So there you go. There's price action right there on the weekly, still in an uptrend. Not moving up, but it's still in an uptrend. Notice consolidating in quadrant 4. So chances are coming down to visit that breakup candle low located at 575.97 right there. It's a possibility that we visit there tomorrow or maybe after NVIDIA reports. All right, so there's SPY. So on the daily chart, all right, lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap, under the 17, but still bullish up here in quadrant 4. All right, let's take a look at QQQ. One too many Qs. All right, still up here in quadrant 4. Same deal, lower high, lower low. Spread it out. Okay, closing under the bearish trap. Notice the price action, how fast, and the nature of the drop. It's hard and fast. It's capable of bouncing. All right? It's hard and fast. It's capable of bouncing. Had they just melted down through into it, they could have melted right through. Okay? But notice the nature of it. This is capable of producing a bounce back in the other direction. We'll see what happens. All right? Notice the inverted head and shoulders is still alive here. Okay? Still alive. All right? So QQQ, all right, daily chart, lower high, lower low, just like SPY, under the trap, under the 17, but up in quadrant 4. That's bullish. 1, 2, 3. Yep, the top one's 4. All right? So there's a daily chart, QQQ. Let's visit FNGU. Okay, FNGU in a downtrend. Notice they took out this low. All right? But let's look at it on the scratch. You can see FNGU losing right here the upper third status. Just neutral. Again, moving up and giving it up. All right? Moving up and giving it up is just neutral. All right? It's possible they bounce. All right? Notice they're kind of breaking, almost breaking right there, major support. Notice they closed just pennies above major support right there. Tomorrow should be interesting, all right? Because if they get below here again, chances are they're coming down to the midpoint. That's what I see. So price action underneath the uptrend line, underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. Again, just like SPY and QQQ, all right, underneath the bearish trap and underneath the 17 EMA. All right, let's go take a look at Diamond Dow. All right, Diamond Dow up here in quadrant 4, that's bullish. Over the uptrend line, also bullish. All right, below the all-time high anchored VWAP, not so much, but not far away from it. I like that. Candle price action for today, little bit different than SPY and QQQ. Outside day, higher high, lower low, closing under the trap, under the 17, and under the all-time high anchored VWAP. But up in quadrant 4, still bullish on Diamond Dow. Let's take a look at IWM. Don't expect any miracles here. All right, price action, lower high, lower low. All right, closing below the trap, below the 17, below the all-time high anchored VWAP, below the midpoint, below the uptrend line. Things are not looking good for IWM, all right? Price action, just neutral. If they break into the lower third, that's going to make them bearish. Again, you move up and you give it up, that's neutral. You move up and hold the higher ground, that's bullish. You move up, give it up and more, that's going to be bearish. If they give it up and more, guess what? Yeah, that's bearish. All right, so there's IWM, just neutral and leaning on the bearish side of neutral right there. So there's IWM, okay, notice, showing while the other ones were showing an inverse head and shoulders on the smaller time frame, on the bigger time frame, IWM is showing a head and shoulders. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they can recover. This was the rubber band candle today. And they closed a little bit underneath it right there. I don't know if that's a tell or a clue for the rest of the week, but it doesn't look good. All right, so there's IWM. I got to say, IWM is one of those charts that probably, because it's such a wild and whippy one, should be viewed on the 2-day if you want to get a good read on it. I'll just put on the 2-day so you can see. All right, that makes, on the 2-day chart, that makes this the rubber band candle right here. Okay, you get a much better read when you do the 3-day and the 2-day on IWM, because it's a lot of small caps. You tend to get a lot of tails and a lot of wicks in it. So it's one of those ones that you should probably view it on a 2-day as opposed to a single day. But here we are, moving up, giving it up as neutral. All right, let's go take a look at the technicals. All right, amazing. We didn't find our way into the oversold zone. We actually kind of bounced from this higher low, which I really expected us to be in here, and we didn't seem to make it. And from there, we made a higher high and a higher low and a lower high and another higher low, and we just kind of just muscled our way. That's the only way I can say to put it, because there was definitely the weight of the world on the market. Our way back out of the sell zone into the seller's chop zone. That's the only way to put it right there. That was a lot of muscling going on to bring us right back into the seller's chop zone. So you can see we were in a wedge. We broke down on the southern side of the wedge. I was looking to recover that part today. It did look good right here. Then we lost it, and so we kind of consolidate over to the right here. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. So we wind up closing the day, instead of in the oversold zone, kind of where I was expecting us to be, we're in the seller's chop zone. You know what? For me, that's going to be a win. I'll take it, being in the seller's chop zone as opposed to the oversold zone. Let's take a look at T2123. Okay, this is today's price action. A little bit different than T2122. Red for most of the day. Okay, again, another bear flag. You can see the price action. Just get the arrows out for a second. Let me get the right size. Again, you can see price action moves down and over to the right. Another bear flag. You can see another flag here, which produces another flag here. All right, still caught underneath the 200 SMA. Here on the 15-minute chart. Not much green to speak of today, mostly all red. I have to say red pretty much dominates the color of the day these last 3 days, right through here. So there's T2123 on the 15-minute chart. Let's erase those, take a look at the 3-bar chart. And here's our 3-bar chart. Price action, kind of losing that bull flag, as you can see what we had before. We had a decent bull flag before where price went up and then went over to the right, and you can see these past 3 days have not been kind to this bull flag. All right, you can see price action moves up and over to the right. Well, we're losing it. So here you can see price action caught underneath this 200 SMA. I kind of thought we'd find our way up to this valley over here to the right. All right, let me just see if I can drag this over. Okay, see this valley? We got a valley going on right here. You can see here's the peak. All right, and then here's the next peak. And this is the valley between the two peaks. Kind of thought we'd find our way up over the 200, this fading 200 SMA, and find our way up to that valley. Couldn't quite make it. Or are they winding up for the NVIDIA earnings to rip through it on Thursday or Friday? We'll find out later this week, but that's what we're showing so far. I really thought they were going to come up and visit that valley. Maybe they need to come down, get some more spinach, and then come back up and try it again. We'll find out, all right? T2123. Let me just say the big caps were acting bullish near the end of the day today. Just something to just want to observe. Here's FNGU, and after making today's low, the big caps kind of got bullish, and look at the consolidation over VWAP. Okay, that's buyers. It's either buyers or people covering their shorts right there. So that's buyers to keep price, up over VWAP. Notice we had some buyers here. All right, so looking at possible accumulation, maybe through here. We'll see if price can make its way back up to yesterday's close. Couldn't quite make it today. So you can see price action red pretty much dominates the day from the beginning to the end. Couple of 15-minute candles here are green. All right, but all in all, nothing miraculous happened today. I didn't see the bulls rescue the price. I just saw really a lot of probably short covering now that we're on major support. All right, so there's FNGU on the 15. Notice FNGU, we're still caught underneath this 200 SMA, still caught underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. Hard drop down here, so maybe we get a bounce. I didn't see much of a bounce happen today. Nothing more than what we happened yesterday. Well, yesterday kind of rolled over at the end of the day. At least today they kind of held it into the close. So there's something a little bit different than yesterday's price action. So there's FNGU. All right, let's take a look at GLD. All right, let me go back to FNGU. And let's go back over here, GLD. All right, gold. Just yesterday put in a new all-time high. Today's candle, lower high, lower low. Closing under a bearish trap, but over the 17, over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Up in quadrant 4, that's still bullish, even with that red candle right there. SLV, still bullish. They'd have to take out, see this 17 EMA. This is the only candle that comes down through it. They'd have to take out this candle to get bearish. All right, so they're still in an uptrend, actually getting a downtrend. All right, price action is just neutral. All right, they just can't seem to hold the upper third. Price action today, lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish cross and underneath the rising 17 EMA, but over the 12-year high anchored VWAP right there on SLV. All right, just neutral. Can't seem to hold the higher ground. All right, let's take a look at UNG. UNG, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17, over the all-time, over the 12-month high anchored VWAP, over the midpoint, up in quadrant 4. That's bullish. I would like to see them cool off and just zigzag consolidate right here in the upper quadrant. Over the next month. That would be nice to see them hold this higher ground for once, instead of all of these times where they've gone up and given it up. All right, I'd like to see that happen. I don't know if they can. They're probably going to want to come back and test the midpoint, create a higher low. Then maybe after that they can consolidate up here. We'll see what happens. They are definitely hot. Look how vertical they are. They really need to cool off some. All right, let's take a look at USO. All right, USO in a downtrend. Okay, they made lower lows. See the high up here? They made lower lows. So in a downtrend, USO, price action, lower high, lower low, closing under a bearish trap, under the 17, at the bottom of the buy box. I'm really expecting them to come down and challenge this 3-year high anchored VWAP right here. I'm looking for them to challenge that. Probably this uptrend line right through here too. You notice we got a little uptrend line right there. So chances are they're probably going to be right in this crook of where this line meets this line right here. That's probably going to be a destination. Within the next 2 days, I can probably see that happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I can see that happening right into here. Spike of this area, and then probably with this hard drop, a decent bounce back up over the midpoint. All right, that's what I can see in the near future for USO. We'll see what happens. Right now, just neutral, and actually on the bearish side of neutrality, but still up over this 3-year high anchored VWAP right there. Okay, don't want to break the anchored VWAP. Definitely don't want to break this uptrend line right through here. So we'll see what happens. Look at all the accumulation right here. See that? All that accumulation produces really nice pop right there. So there's USO. Now we're getting a pullback. All right. Maybe test this area. All right. Right now they're testing this minor support. See all those wicks up there? They're testing that. That's the minor support of all this consolidation. Could see a bounce on this tomorrow, possibly. Or maybe come into the crook and rip up out of here. We'll see what happens. There's USO. Let's take a look at XLE. All right, XLE is our energy sector, and they have a habit of moving up and giving it up. Price action, this is a 12-month high, or let's just call it a 10-month high right there. All right, for XLE. I don't think that's the all-time. Oh, that's the all-time high. Okay, all-time high right here. Price action. Losing the all-time high anchored VWAP. Lower high, lower low, closing under bearish cross. Underneath the 17. Underneath this downtrend line. Underneath this downtrend line yet again. Okay, but over the midpoint, not in the upper third. So XLE, just neutral. All right. Just can't seem to hold that higher ground. All right, let's take a look at SMH. All right, SMH, just neutral. Just can't seem to hold the higher ground. See all the peaks? See all the 2 candle highs and the 1 candle highs? Notice, just can't seem to hold that higher ground up there in the upper third. It's just struggling with it. Not sure what's going on. Here's the all-time high anchored VWAP. We're closing underneath it. But on the bullish side of neutrality, that's nice, but still not the upper third, still not the upper quadrant, and still not over the all-time high anchored VWAP. So just neutral. They keep moving up and giving it up. Just neutral, all right? That's all I can say. Wish I had better news, but that's what it is. XLK, bullish, okay, in the upper third. See XLK holding the upper third. SMH has capable of doing this, they're just not doing it now. All right, so there's XLK, price action for XLK in the upper third. That's bullish. Again, just like the other indexes, lower high, lower low, closing under the trap, under the 17, under a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, so XLK bullish. All right, but definitely not moving up. Not in the last 3 days. Let's take a look at XLF. So our financials, they're bullish up in the upper quadrant. Price action is, I'm just going to call it a lower high and a lower low, closing underneath. Bearish trap underneath the 17, underneath all-time high anchored VWAP and a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. So price action, XLF, bullish, showing a bull flag up here. Not the prettiest of bull flags, but we are seeing some consolidation show up through here. That's XLF. Let's take a look at our last one, IYT. All right, IYT just can't get it done. Again, up here, can't hold that quadrant 4, having difficulty holding over the all-time high anchored VWAP. I got to give it credit, all right? This looks like about 7 days. I'm just going to ballpark it. Looks like about 7 days up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That was nice, but then they gave it up. This looks like about 8 or 10 days over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That was nice, but then they gave it up again. They gave up the uptrend line, and who's to say it doesn't move out to here? All right, there's a possibility of that. Price action, not in the upper third, not over the all-time high anchored VWAP, not over the uptrend line, not over the trap, and not over the 17. Not much to report for IYT, and we need this one, all right, to have that robust rally. We were all set for a really robust rally. I don't know what happened, but we just gave up the juice. I don't know what happened, but just didn't work out. We had a falling dollar. We had three of the Trinity. All three of the Trinity were in the uptrend up in quadrant 4. And I'm talking about financials and transports and technology and semiconductors. We had a falling dollar. We had all of the indexes were bullish up there. And that's what makes me think there's a possibility we have a rescue operation. I don't know if it comes after the NVIDIA earnings or before. All right, maybe it starts before the NVIDIA earnings and then gets going after. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll definitely find out tomorrow evening anyways. So there's IYT just neutral right there. All right, I'll take any questions in the room. All right, if there's any questions. Scott, great day. Congrats. XL, sure, I take a peek at it, and I'm on the daily chart. EXEL. That's bullish right through there. That's looking good. You're just on this one, Robert. You're up here where they gave it up many times before. You can see we got up here and we gave it up. We got up here and we gave it up because we came back to here. And then we got up here and then we gave it up before. And you're back here again. Okay? So guess what we need to see happen this time? Since we're back up here for a 4th time. We got to see him get up here and hold. All right? Other than that, you know, if I'm in on it, I'm really wanting to take my profits. Been up here 3-4 times, and every time we've been up, we give it up. And that's a lot of days that happen between, I'll just take it from this day here. So that's January 28th. We're approaching February 28th. That's probably 25 trading days. That's a long time for it to get all the way back up here to 36.92. You know there's going to be more profit taking again when we get up here. The critical thing is, got to see it get up. Got to see it hold up here this time. Got to see it hold. I do like it, but you're at a profit taking situation right now. All right? So I got to see it hold. All right? XL expects FDA approval on a new drug April, and will be speaking at conferences. Just watch this name. So he's saying could see some positive results for drug trials. Or is that right? Pins is trending. I will take a look. All right, just recognize you're up here where sellers sold it before. All right, and it looks to me like they're waiting on those results, and they're willing to hold it up here while they wait for those results. So it must be big if they're willing to hold it. Well, darn near the all-time highs. Yeah, pretty near the all-time highs right here. If they're willing to hold it way up here, it must be something big. Is it something big? Is it something big, like some respiratory drug that helped combat people that got COVID or something like that? Is it a big drug? Do you know? You might not know. Pins. Lee's asking if Pins is trending. Pins on the daily chart is trending down right now. Okay, it made a higher low and a higher high. Okay, but ever since making that higher high, sellers, I'm just calling what I see, okay? Sellers have ripped this thing apart and they've made it travel from 40 all the way down to 36. All right, and now you've got the 3 is now crossed underneath the 8. I don't know if you own it or what, but I think for me, I'd rather just trade the SPY, day trade it, than to mess around with this. But it might be a swing trade for you. This has just been selling. Where are the buyers? That's all I'm saying. The buyers have not yet to show up. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see some buyers. And we might not find buyers till support, which is way down here at 34. Okay? So I'm just saying this, it may look like the end of the line for the drop, but they still haven't hit support, and support's way down here at 34. So this is hard. This one's hard. If you got profits, I hope you got some up here. I wouldn't be a buyer till I see buyers step in. And I haven't seen any buyers step in yet. You got nothing but red days all through this. Are they up for sale or something on that one? Yeah, they do get smoked sometimes. So pins is in an uptrend, not the greatest of uptrends. It would not be something, this is just too sloppy to play for me. It's very sloppy. And I wouldn't trade this. Because I got no edge. It's like all over the place. But if you got some and you got some profits up here, way to go. I want to see where it finds support. And the first line of support is this consolidation right through here. All right, is the top of these wicks right there. So I mean, it could still continue to drop right into those wicks. We'll see what happens. It's been nothing but selling since, I guess it was the earnings right here, 33. This pop right through there. All right. Axon reported and beat last night, but it's been smoked because of terminating a partnership. Would I take a look at this trade? Yes. Axon. That's a definite M pattern. I would not be bullish on this until I see support, and they just broke the valley right here, and I don't know where they're gonna find support, because I don't see any support for days. This is the closest support, way down here. 340 is the closest support, and I wouldn't short it. It's like way too down. I would look for a pullback and a rollover somewhere in here. If you got the short, today's a good day to take some profit. But I see, looks like earnings today. And this started selling off before earnings. Somebody released the numbers or something, because, I mean, boy, they exited this in a hurry. But right here, you've got resistance. I would look for an H pattern rollover here, or one to develop here, right there. It's kind of too oversold to be shorting, and it's not bullish enough to be buying. If that makes any sense, Robert. It's kind of like wait for more data to show up. Too far down to sell it, and there's no bullishness to buy it. You're welcome. All right, traders, that's it. Had an awesome day today. I know you guys had a great day. Let me just say, a lot of the traders did well here in the BYOB Trading Room. If you're listening to this video, you know, $7 gets you a trial. Why not come take a peek? All right? Teaching people how to make a daily goal. All right? You make your daily goal, compound it 70 days in a row, and you've doubled your money. Let me just say there's 250 trading days a year. All right? And in 70, that's less than a year. That's actually less than 6 months. All right? You could double your money. All right? And we're teaching traders how to get more than a daily goal. I think some of you guys got 3 and 4 times your daily goal. I saw guys in here making 4%, 5%, 6% today for their whole accounts. Not just a trade. Actually, I saw some guys making a trade, all right, that went for 200, 300%. Yeah, 300%, Tex. Yeah, way to go. Like, all right, come learn how to make a trade go for a day trade, not a swing trade, not something where you buy Amazon 5 years ago and now you got a triple, okay? I'm talking about you come in here, we teach you how to do it in hours. All right? In hours, we can teach you how to triple your money. Yeah. Beat my 4 days trade, 100%. Way to go. Yeah, yeah. You got a 4-day trade. Tex got a 4-day trade. All right? Made 100% on a 4-day trade. All right? And just and earlier today, he did a 300% on a day trade. All right? That's how you get your accounts moving, traders. All right? So come take a look. Way to go, Tex. All right, traders. It's a long one today. I want to wish everybody, a good evening. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Let's kick it off and follow the game plan again. All right? I look forward to it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. The green team. The green team. That's what we call us. All right. Have a good evening.